Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today we've got something a little bit different. As you can see, I am in game in PCM 2025 for a brand new career mode. Now, this is a bit different to what regular viewers of my channel will have seen, so I've decided to move it onto its own separate channel. So I'd really appreciate if you're enjoying the content, you get yourself subscribed straight away to give the channel a little bit of momentum. So yeah, we're going to be doing a full playthrough of a career mode in PCM 2025. And first thing, we need to decide what team. So I could have started in the World Tour and had an easy ride of it, or I could have made a custom team, but I've decided this year we are going to be playing as Team Van Rysel Roubaix. Now, they are a French Continental team who have just about one of my favourite kits in the entire peloton. A bright pink jersey and the iconic Van Rysel bike decked out in a black and pink colour scheme, which I am a massive fan of. In terms of objectives for this career, we are going to be ending the 40-year drought and getting the next French winner of the Tour de France. But that might take a few years since we are currently only a Conti team, so we can't even ride World Tour races. This year, our calendar is pretty much going to be the entire French Continental circuit, with races like Etoile de Besseges, the Tour de la Provence, 4 days of Dunkirk. That's probably going to be one of our biggest objectives, with a few Belgian races in the mix as well. So it's quite a realistic calendar for a team like Van Rysel Roubaix. As we're only a Conti team, we do not have the deepest roster at the minute. So these are our current riders. And now, so we've got Remy Capron, who is a 24-year-old, bit of a puncher, it looks like, good medium mountain and hill stats with fairly decent secondaries and a pretty good kick with 73 acceleration. We've got Emmanuel Morin, who's a bit of a sprinter, a bit of a flat rider, got decent hill stats, so it might be a bit of a decent versatile sprinter for now. Maxime Jarnet, who, again, pretty good all-round stats, could get over some climbs, has a bit of a kick, decent secondaries, and the rest of our riders very similar. We've got a lot of riders with very all-round stats, a lot in the low 70s in flat, sprint, acceleration. So yeah, looking pretty good. And I think this sort of strategy going forward is going to be scouting new, young, up-and-coming riders to build our team. I'm not going to bore you with going through the full planner at the minute, but we are going to set our sponsor objectives for this year. So looking at our two sponsors, we've got Van Rysel, who are Decathlon's bike brand, and then we've also got the town of Roubaix. We're going to have a look at what races they want us to target this season. Unsurprisingly, it's all of the French .pro races that they want, so we're going to set up our targets accordingly. So yeah, I'm going to stick with the current objectives that they've recommended, which is top 20s in a variety of different French races, but because they're all mostly flat sprinty races, I fancy adding one other extra objective that would be a bit more exciting. I'm going to be targeting the KOM classification at the Route d'Occitanie, which will be a real challenge. However, it's a race with some serious climbing involved, along with an opening time trial. Stage 1's a time trial. Stage 2, versatile sprint stage with some KOM points. Stage 3, serious mountain stage. And Stage 4 is a constantly up and down medium mountain stage that's definitely going to be a locked-on breakaway stage. So our season is starting at the Classica Valenciana. This race is a bit of a versatile sprint with some punchy climbs towards the end. The goal is getting one of our versatile sprinters over the climbs in a reduced group and hopefully getting a good result. Before we get started, I'm just going to show you what settings I'm running on. Now, I am no expert at PCM, so I'm going to start on hard difficulty and we'll see how it goes. If I'm racking up far too many wins and it's way too easy, I will crank the difficulty up. However, I think this is a good starting point. And then another feature of PCM 2025 specifically is the sliders. Now, for the sliders, I'm going to have a bit of fun with it, seeing as it's the new game. We've got to use the new features. So I'm going to be starting with a terrain attribute slider at 2.0 and a stamina attribute slider at 0.8. And everything else is going to stay the same. Our leader for this race is going to be Emmanuel Morin with his 72 sprint and 72 acceleration stats. So yeah, let's get in game. But there is some pretty stiff competition up against us. There are lots of World Tour teams in attendance, with a favourites list including riders like Marc Soler, Jan Christen, Cepeda. So yeah, it's a very scary start list. So we'll just see what we can do. Ooh, and we are in game. Apologies, I do not have the most performant computer in the world. I've only got a 1070 as my graphics card, which is getting rather old now. And off the line we go. So to start with, our race days are not looking the brightest with loads of really negative conditions, but that's because this isn't an objective and we're still very early season. And we're going to throw a rider in the breakaway for a bit of fun. It would be boring to sit around in the peloton all day. But UAE really do not seem to want to let a breakaway go. And they are drilling it back. And also Caja Rural as well. Do not want that break moving. So unfortunately, I don't think we're getting anywhere. Our boys in pink looking absolutely stunning at the front of the peloton. The only thing I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to sort out them having the right bike, because currently they're just on the stock bike with a pink colourway. Right, let's get to the start of the mountains. Looking at the end of the stage, there are two sort of distinctive climbs. Firstly, the Col de Rates, and then the second one, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce. Before a pretty short descent into the finish. That's where the move's going to have to be made. Now, as I said before, I am not the most experienced PCM player in the world. If any of you have got any advice on how I can get better at the game, please do drop it in the comments below. And if you've got any other recommendations for this series, I'm really looking forward to hearing them. And while you're at it, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel so I can start building the momentum, as I'm starting from scratch again here. There's 60k to go and we're approaching the final hill zone. It's going to be a real tough one. The breakaway is now down to 3 minutes, so UAE are putting in a real shift on the front. And we're going to start thinking about positioning our riders. It's 4 kilometers to the base of the Col de Rates, and things are starting to get real tough in this peloton. We have Pablo Torres pacing on the front for UAE, with about half the peloton now out the back of the main group. And he's flipping attacking. We are absolutely nowhere here. Come on, let's get moved up to the front. And we are onto the Rates now. But even pacing 83, we are moving backwards through this group. UAE are setting an infernal pace here. Yeah, and just like that, we're already getting out the back. Come on, guys. Right, and we're over the top of the Rates. Let's see if by some miracle we can pull ourselves back into this peloton. You never know, they may slow up. And it looks like Moran is not. And it looks like Moran is definitely not our rider today. And yeah, for the final climb, our group is 2 minutes off the back. This is over for us, unfortunately. And it is split all over the road with only 31 riders left in the peloton. And there goes Jan Christen, putting in a massive attack. Let's see if he can hold it to the line. Oh, and it looks like he might be getting caught on the line. Oh, but the chase is slowing. And Jan Christen wins the Classica Valenciana. And we were absolutely nowhere. So yeah, our best rider finished 72nd place, which is probably not the best result, but it's only our first race of the season, so we'll move on. But yeah, looking at the results, the field was absolutely obliterated, with only 18 riders finishing in the front group, and Jan Christen for UAE just about held on to take the win. Looking at this front group of riders, most of them were in World Tour teams, with a few pro teams in there as well. So yeah, we're going to forget about that one and move on to the next race. Now, a classic feature of PCM is running a national team, so we're going to be taking the French national team this year. And the second race of our season is GP Marseille. We're back in France on our home turf, but this is going to be another real difficult one with loads and loads and loads of climbs. And looking at the start sheet, there are some serious World Tour riders like Benoit Cosnefroy, Leonard Van Elfelt, Axel Laurence, Mathieu Bergadeau, Pierre Latour. Yeah, some real serious opposition. So survival is our objective today. It's not going to be an easy race today. At least our race day conditions aren't as terrible this time. And after his performance in Valencia, I think Guillaume is going to be our leader today. Right, we're at 50k to go now, and the breakaways lead has been brought down to 2 minutes. But there are a few attacks in the peloton. However, it is not our job to be controlling any of these. We're just trying to survive. Let's get our boys some water, and then let's get focused for the final few climbs. There's quite a lot of descending before we hit a real steep wall, so we need to be in position for that one. It looks like there's some splits in the peloton. Let's try not to get caught out behind anything. We're going to have to move up a little bit with our guys. But as you can see, our energy is already starting to suffer a little bit, with still 35 kilometers to go. And we're turning onto the climb. This is an absolute wall. We're going to be pacing 85 up here. We just need to survive. Oh my God, this pace is crazy. Let's go up to 88, 89. We just need to survive in Group 1 here. As soon as we're over the wall, then it should back off a little bit. Our energy is seriously suffering now. But our 2 leaders are still in the main bunch. We're so close to the top now. Let's not get dropped at this point. Right, and we can drop down to 85. As we crest in the summit here. There's a bit of a plateau before a steep descent down. Fortunately, we weren't caught up in that crash there. And we are still in Group 1 with 65 other riders. This is a far better performance than last time. Right, we've got 4 guys left in the main group. Capron and Guillaume are our leaders. Juilliard and Yarnet protecting them. But it is going really hard now. We're going to have to up our pace again just to survive over this little kicker. Total's really pushing the pace on the front now. Right, and let's try and recover as much as possible in this descent. We need to be as fresh as we can for the final climb. There is only 36 riders left in the main group now, so we are having a far better race than last time. But let's get concentrated now. We're on the last climb. Oh, and the pace is going absolutely crazy here. We're just going to have to do 88 and hopefully stay in the bunch. This attack by Connor Swift is absolutely brutal. But we are still there with 23 other riders. Right, let's knock off the pacing and try and recover as much as we can on the flatter sections. Come on, boys. We can do this. It looks like Swift is starting to tire on the front as well. Looking at the names, and there goes a move. We need to respond to this. Go, go, go. This is up the final little drag here. Come on. Let's go. Let's get back to the front of the race. Let's do 93 down the descent. Oh, and there's been a crash. One of the Cofidis riders is on the ground. Come on. 5k to go now. Let's get the energy gels on. And let's see if we can get back to this front group. There is a 29-second gap, though. So it's going to be a real tall order. Let's do 99 now. We've still got 3 riders, which is incredible here. Come on, come on. We're so close. And we are back at the front of the race. But can we stay there? That's the question. Oh, and there's been an attack with 1k to go. Bergano attacks. And we're going to sprint for the line here. And let's see if we can get a top 10. Come on, come on. And it looks like a top 10 is going to be on the cards here. With Matthew Bergano winning. And are we going to get 7th place with Guillaume and 9th place with Capron? So 2 riders in the top 10 and 14th for Juilliard. We are absolutely cooking here. And looking at the teams that have beat us, pretty much all of them are World Tour. So an awesome performance by our team. So yeah, looking at them results, we really did redeem ourselves today with 7th, 9th and 14th place and even 20th place as well, which 4 riders in the top 20, that's an awesome result for our team considering our best result at our first race was 70th. And it was a French race, so I'm sure our sponsors will be happy. Now, the final race of the episode will be our first stage race, Etoile de Besseges, and I imagine there's going to be some pretty spicy riders here as well. Looking at the favourites, there's Dorian Godon from AG2R, Little Tracker here, Arkea here, Totala here, Ineos here, Uno X, EF, Groupama. There is some serious riders here. The first stage is a sprint stage with a short, punchy climb at the finish up to Bellegarde. This one is notorious for being Mads Pedersen's favourite race in the world, but it doesn't appear that he's on Trek's start list. However, looking at these teams, there are some serious World Tour competition. Looking at our team, Emmanuel Morin has 73 sprint, so he's probably going to be the man for the day. But I quite fancy taking some of these KOM points and maybe getting ourselves a jersey, so I'm going to throw Jarnet in the breakaway if I can. And is anyone going to come with me? Quickstep can't be pacing me down. What? Pascal Encorn, what are you doing? I'm a Conti rider trying to get in the break and you're drilling it on the front, pacing me back. Are we not going to have a breakaway today? And it looks like, yeah, none of the teams are happy with a breakaway going because they are drilling it on the front. Right, on this little climb coming up, we're going to see if we can make a move with Jarnet. Right, and we'll go on the attack again and see if we can get anywhere. Oh, and Total are now pacing us back. What is this? It's crazy. Just let me go, please. And Group Armour. Like all the World Tour boys trying to pace back a Conti rider going for a move. Right, well, breakaway's not happening today. We are, however, still going to try and get these KOM points. And we're going to go for Jarnett. Simply because he does have the stats to be a breakaway rider if they let us go in a future stage. So yeah, let's get positioned at the front of the peloton with 2k to go. And this also gives us a chance to preview the final climb. Oh, and no competition for the KOM points. Brilliant. There we go. Interestingly, there's no bonus seconds on the intermediate sprint coming up. So I don't think there's really much point us going for that one. Especially as there's only 3 sprint points on the line when you get 25 at the finish. Oh, and I've accidentally let our riders get really dehydrated here. Let's get him moved up to the front. We've used the gel on him. Let's just see if he can get up the climb. It's all going to depend on if anyone else contests them. Can we get them? Let's see. Oh, I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. Sad there, but we have taken the maximum points with another rider. So we do have the lead in that competition with Theot. I have no idea how to say that. I'm going to need to get better at my French pronunciation. Oh no, and there's been a split in the peloton as well, but it looks like it's going to get closed quickly. There's only 6 kilometers to go. I did not notice that. Right, let's get the energy gels and let's get ourselves positioned. Oh dear, we have messed this up completely. Come on, boys, let's get as far to the front as we can. Let's not throw this one. Okay, and we are starting to move up a little bit. Oh my days, this is a nightmare. Come on, let's launch into the final climb. And go, 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 go. Oh, has he got it? Has he got it? How that even works. Let's go. My lead out accidentally won the stage. After completely messing up the preparation without realising how close to the line we were. Well, I'm going to take that one. First win for Team Van Rysel Roubaix in the season. Valentin Tabellon has got us a win. And we even got 4th place with Moran as well. And Guillaume finishing the main bunch. So, brilliant. So, yeah, we got ourselves the first stage win. And, importantly, that is first in GC. First in the points classification. And thanks to going for the KOM points as well. We've got 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th in the KOM. Let's see if we can repeat that success on stage 2. Right, so stage 2 is another slightly versatile sprint stage with, again, a climb towards the finish. So, going to be a similar strategy. However, this time, we're not going to mess up the lead out, but we're still going to get the win. Right, and we're going to see if we can get in a breakaway today. But it really, again, does not look like anyone wants to let a breakaway go. So, I don't think the break's happening. Let's get on with the stage. Again, with no bonies on the intermediate sprint as well, I don't think I'm going to be going for that. There's only 3 points in the sprint classification as well. So you may as well save it for the line where there's 25 points and bonies in play. Right, okay, we're approaching the first time through the finish where there's going to be a KOM sprint. So we need to make sure with our riders we are ready to take that. Unfortunately, our current KOM leader is not in the shape to be participating. We're going for Jarnett here in 2nd place. If he can take this KOM, he's going to have 12 points. So we'll be really good. Now, it's not the steepest climb in the world, so hopefully it won't be too hard for the rest of our guys. Let's just make sure we don't get dropped here. Let's just stay to the front. And launch him right now. We'll see if we can sweep 2nd place as well. No, I don't think that's happening, but oh, we went way too deep there. But we got a maximum points over the line there. So that's the jersey, hopefully locked up for another day. And let's have a bit of a reevaluate. Let's see who we've got left. And our energy is slowly trickling down. We're just going to have to protect our leaders at this point. Try and stay in the main group. We've got 20k to go now. Tabellon is struggling a little bit, but he's still there. Emmanuel Moran is protecting him well. Guillaume seems all right, but he's not got the sprint to go for the line. Let's just hope we can recover a little bit in this flat section. Ready for the final climb to the line. Let's start moving the boys up. Let's see if Moran can do anything else for us. Okay, 85 until we get to the climb. We're just going to try and survive. There are still only 91 riders, and I imagine a few other cooked legs in this group. I don't think Tabellion's going to survive here. He's already losing red bar. And his yellow is terrifyingly low. Yeah, we're going to have to swap to Guillaume. It's not happening for you, mate. Maybe he can survive in the bunch and not lose time on GC, but... Right, here we go. We've got some launches from Uno X here. But we have survived with our main boys. And we're about to hit 1k to go. Jarnet's going to sprint. And then goes Guillaume. Let's see if he can get there. It's not going to be a win, but we are going to finish in the front group. 5th place for Guillaume here. Across the line. Considering the level of the opposition, it's not bad. Viviani, Christophe, Lampard, and Pierre Latour ahead of us. And unfortunately, Tabellion is losing the GC lead today. He's got himself dropped. Unless, you never know, they might call it all as one group. But I think on countback, either way, Viviani will be awarded the win. Well, there is a bit of a silver lining to that stage, and we were all given the same time. So Valentin Tabellion is still tied for GC lead with Viviani. However, on countback, Viviani is in the jersey right now. And I wasn't recording as we set off. Right, so Jarnet's been launched into the breakaway, and it seems like with a 1 minute 30 gap, the peloton are finally happy with a break going. We need to take these 10 points on the top of the first climb, or at least get as many as we can to defend our KOM jersey. Okay, 0.8k to go, and we're going to launch, and we're just going to hopefully get the 10 points. Come on. 99 to the line. We are out of red bar, but we are going to get them KOM points. What a play by Jarnet. Right, and let's chill out a bit and just relay on 70 with these other guys, and let's see if we get a gap. And it looks like the peloton are happy to let us go, so we're going to knock the pace down to 60 and relay in this breakaway. Unfortunately, our guys are having a far better race day today, and Moran is having an amazing day with 74 sprints, so I think he's our option. Got a 4 minute gap on the peloton, so that's pretty solid. I'm not interested in this intermediate sprint, but a lot of the time the AI will launch for intermediate sprints or KOM points, and it's quite easy to get dropped, so I'm just going to be careful going through it. And it doesn't look like anyone's interested in contesting it. Our finish line is the second cat climb, and then we're going to sit up completely and lose as much time in GC as we can, so we're definitely allowed in the break tomorrow. Because on 60 time trial stat and 61 prologue stat, there is absolutely zero chance for us to do anything on GC with Jarnet. So, yeah, I do not care what time he comes into the final stage on. Do 85 now with 1k to go, 87 and 99. Let's launch. Oh, no, the San Michel rider's going for it. What? They showed no interest on the previous climb, and then they've all launched for that one. Right, well, that is unlucky. Let's drop back to the peloton and relax. And yeah, no points for us on that climb. Here we go. Running into the final lap of the finish line. Let's not lose the front here around the corner. Putting 99 through the corner. And get the gel onto Bellion. And then the gel on Moran and Guillaume. And it is launching now with Uno X. Here we go. Here we go. Let's not get blocked. How have I done that? I've somehow managed to swap to 20 pacing. Right, 99 Theo. Let's go, let's go. And Tabellion with 1k to go. Launching Moran. And there's just no chance here. Let's see if we can salvage a top 10. And the stage is won by Alexander Christophe ahead of Alexis Renard, David Decker, Ryan Gibbons, so Venturini, 7th and 8th for us. Not terrible. And yeah, I am really kicking myself. Moran had an amazing day today, and all he managed was 7th place. I think a top 5, maybe even a podium would have been doable if I hadn't have messed up that lead out. Right, so hopefully Uno X let us in the breakaway today with Jarnet, but we're going to have to see. We've currently got a Tietema rider with us. We've got a 44-second gap, but EF really looked like they want to pace us back with Michael Valgren drilling it on the front. Hopefully they will give up soon though, and we'll be able to take the second cat climb. But it is not looking easy with the peloton drilling it behind, with Jonas Abrahamson now giving it a massive effort. And we're going to start pacing 90. We are now solo off the front. All we need to do is survive to the top of this climb with 1k left to go. Come on. And I think we will have enough to make it over. And yes, there we go. We've got the KOM points, and now we're going to sit up and wait for the peloton. But man, that was a big effort to get them. Right, and it is 10k to go now. We are moving into the final climb. We're making sure we're positioned well at the front of the peloton. Right, we're going 85 now. I think we're going to need to go harder than that. $89. Oh, this is really steep now. But there's still quite a long way to go, so we cannot go too deep too early. Just staying in this front group. But we are just keeping our pace at 88. Just trying to survive here. We will soon start winding up though. Pacing 90 now. Our protector is just about dying now. Yeah, so Juilliard's gone with 1k to go. We're still pacing 90. And everyone else is starting to fade now. You can see their energy's depleted. And we're just going to keep going, keep going. 0.4. Now let's just sprint. Let's go. Let's see if we can get a top 10. And the winner of the stage is going to be Bruno Amarai, with Paul Sexas coming in second and Andreas Letnesund in third. And I think, unfortunately, we are going to be on a bit of a gap in 10th place. So we do get that top 10, but I think we might be on a GC gap. However, again, given the level of competition at this race, I think a top 10 on a medium mountain finish is not a bad start for us. Yeah, there we go. We're on a 15-second gap, unfortunately. But if we take a look at GC, that puts us in 5th overall with only the time trial to go. But with just 63 time trial stat, I think this is going to be a painful one. So yeah, it's a classic final time trial of the Etoile de Besseges. It's a mostly flat time trial with a little punchy climb to the finish. In the real editions of this race, it's often a game of can someone like Mads Pedersen hold onto the jersey, or will a time trial specialist take it off him like Filippo Ganna. But this race is played out slightly differently with the Montbouquet finish. To stay in the top 10, we're going to have to only lose 10 seconds to some really class riders around us, because there's not many gaps on GC. So I think it's going to be a real tall order. Well, at least we've got a good day today. Right, and kicking things off, let's get into position now. 85. And let's hope for a good race. We've got 68 prologue with 65 time trial. So hopefully we'll have a good race here. It's going to do that 85 strat till the start of a climb. And then we're going to hammer it on this climb. Come on, let's defend this position. So over T1, we are 46 seconds down. So actually by far our best ride so far. And onto the climb, 87 on the climb. We're going to hit 89 on the steep ramps coming up soon. We're about to hit the steep section. And onto the steep section, 89 up the steep bit. Let's see. Dropping it back down to 88 now. And let's hold on to the line. 87 to the line from here. Come on, Guillaume. Let's get a good time. 89. Over the line. 44 seconds down on Hayter. What a time there. Considering we are in the 60s on our stats. 26th place, 44 seconds down. And let's see how the rest of the GC boys do. Bruno Amarai, though, the GC leader, is going to cross the line. 6 seconds down on Hayter. What a time for the Frenchman. Let's have a look on GC then. Let's see where we finished. So on the stage, we finished 29th place, 44 seconds down on Hayter. And that means on GC, oh, we've defended the top 10. Let's go. We finished 1 minute and 3 down on Bruno Amarai. And we survived in the top 10. Only just by the skin of our teeth, but we did get a top 10 overall. And the KOM classification. Unfortunately, we couldn't win anything else, but I'm really happy with that top 10. That is our first GC result. Right, and that is all we've got time for in today's episode. Once again, as this is a new channel, please get yourself subscribed. It'll help build a bit of momentum. Give this video a thumbs up and stay tuned for the next one. I'm going to try and get 2 videos out every week. Stay tuned for the next one. We're going to be racing the Tour de la Provence, the Classic Var, and the Tour of the Alpes Maritime. So until then, I'll see you all soon.